What a day to be a Zombies fan, am I right? We've got a lot to talk about. I'm not one of the elite Zombies YouTubers that has all of the time in the world to talk about every single bit of news that came out today, so instead I'm going to make use of my time to specifically talk about one aspect of the game we learned about today. I'm talking about the Cursed mode, which is essentially the classic mode that people have been asking for. The Cursed mode has got my interest in particular because it's got parts that are good and parts that are not seemingly as good, and it is both getting people what they want in a classic mode while also apparently missing on some parts. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, and I think it's important to talk about it and go through everything we learned and the things we still have yet to learn so we know where we stand with the Cursed mode as of now. So I'm going to start by just reading through all of this thread here on Twitter, X, whatever. I'm going to read through this whole thread to know what we all know about Cursed, and as well talk about the one part from the direct that we got. So let's get started. From Treyarch, we have the thread here, introducing a new mode tailored for the hardcore, Cursed. This is crafted for those seeking a more demanding experience, with the new relic system providing escalating challenges to discover and overcome for unique rewards, along with some old school features inspired by community feedback. That's off to a good start. So we go down a little bit. The next part of this, once you've figured out how to access Cursed, we'll come back to that. No spoilers here. You'll start your match with some familiar friends, only a pistol in your hand, no loadout weapons, no minimap, and a classic point system inspired by Black Ops 3. Players will also be able to place further restrictions on game mechanics, such as a 4 perk limit or removing ammo caches by discovering and activating relics. These are artifacts of great power hidden across the dark aether, each one themed around a totem from Black Ops Zombies history. Every relic has a unique condition to discover it, and the requirements can be unforgiving. Cursing yourself by applying combinations of relics to a match is the key to unlocking new benefits and rewards unique to the mode. Cursing yourself by applying combinations of relics to a match is the key to unlocking new benefits and rewards unique to the mode, bringing a new layer of challenge and replay value to the main quests featured throughout the post-launch seasons, with more relics to discover in each new round-based map. In Black Ops 6, we built directed mode to welcome new players into the Zombies community. With Cursed in Black Ops 7, we have the opportunity to create something special for longtime players looking for a mix of current and returning mechanics, who love to push their skills to the limit and unlock greater rewards for their achievements. We hope you love it, and we'll keep the rest of the specifics under wraps for launch. So that's everything they said. Then I had this question, we'll come back to that in a little bit. To go back here, where once you figure out how to access Cursed, they did end up addressing that during the direct, and what it sounds like is if you do the standard mode, which is just how Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7 is meant to be played, that basic mode, if you do standard, do the main quest, you should then unlock Cursed for that map. Which, how it's going to work, essentially when you play Cursed, you're going to start with the basic version, which is appearing to be talked about here, where you're going to have a pistol, no loadout, no minimap, and classic point system. Armor was rumored but has not been directly addressed yet today, so I do not know exactly if armor is involved in this mode or not. By playing, you can unlock new relics which you can activate, I am assuming pre-match. This is something similar to the modifiers in a Halo mission or an Extinction match from Ghosts. You can equip these before the match to change how the match you're about to load into will play. In this case being, you maybe unlock the relic to limit yourself to 4 perks. You then go out of your match into your next match. You would equip that relic before starting, and now when you play, you would only be able to have 4 perks. Now that we have how it works, what it is, I want to talk about the parts that I think are good and the parts that I think we are going to have some troubles with. Let's start with the positives, because they did good by bringing this mode in, so I want to highlight the positives first. There were always going to be questions of where do you draw the line when it comes to a classic mode, and how they've done this appears to have avoided that question entirely in a good way. Do we send you back to the Stone Age? Or do we do a system more like Black Ops 3? But in that case, would you still have gobblegums? Is that considered classic? These are all the questions we'd be coming up against. There are so many variables that you would end up pissing somebody off if you left out their favorite feature, or you would piss somebody off if you left in their least favorite feature. In this relic system, it seems you'll be able to customize the mode to your liking by enforcing a perk limit, or not enforcing a perk limit, or enforcing no ammo boxes, or keeping them in. having that variability allows players to get pretty much exactly what they want out of the mode, and that's a great choice by Treyarch to go this route with the mode instead of a one-size-fits-all, because it inevitably wouldn't work. Even now, you're still going to get people who are upset that it's done in this fashion, but I think that realistically, this is as good as it would get in terms of what mechanics are in the mode. AKA, you just end up choosing what the mechanics are in your mode, so that's a good win there. Another positive to this is that it's going to allow a more diverse group of players to feel welcomed within Black Ops 7. Newer players will still have the standard modern systems or directed mode to help them if they want to do an Easter egg, but the hardcore players can of course play standard or directed if they so choose, but they can also do Cursed, which is a harder mode more familiar to the harder times back in the day of World at War up through Black Ops 3 or 4. I do think that this system is going to be helpful for the game long term, and I appreciate that they took the time to put it in. I do, however, have some concerns, so I want to talk about those now. I think that easily the biggest question and concern is how much will this mode be rebalanced? Specifically when it comes to something like zombie damage and player health. We have already seen that they are tweaking some aspects of the game as a whole with super sprinters and some other parts that will make it more accommodating in theory. But when you remove armor in Cursed, if they are truly going that route, are zombies still going to ramp up damage like they do in modern zombies games? Are you going to be getting two-tapped by zombies? What does it mean when they say you can go over the health cap? Is that something that's only going to apply to standard modes? Is that going to apply to Cursed? How useful is that going to be? How frequently can you do that? Is it a viable replacement for armor? Honestly, as it stands right now, being able to increase your health cap temporarily but not regenerate that part of extra health, you would end up being, let's say, your base health is 100, you get Jug up to 200. If you increase your cap to 300 and go down to 250, you will not regenerate 250 to 300. But if you were to go then from 250 down to 170, you would regenerate back up to 200. So how hard is it to get back up to that 300? Would it just be easier to have armor still? Because that sounds like a better system than fighting to get a temporary increase to your health cap, which is essentially just armor anyway. It seems a bit convoluted, and I really need more clarity on that before I know how is the health and zombie damage system going to work in Cursed, because it could be a problem very quickly if it's not addressed. If the game surrounding this Cursed mode isn't accommodating to it, then Cursed is going to suck to play, and it will drive players right back to the standard mode, complaining the whole way that they dropped the ball with Cursed. It's a concern and something that I hope that they have planned for properly. My other big question, and I have hope that they're going to just get this one right, but they've been weird with the wording, so I'm a little bit concerned about it. Will this mode allow you to do the main quest of each map within it? Or is it going to have its own entirely separate main quest within that mode, within Cursed? They've so far been a bit weird about the wording of this, which is why I have some concerns. So here we're just going to highlight this for a second. Bringing a new layer of challenge and replay value to the main quests featured throughout the post-launch seasons. That's the main part right there. So they're saying that they add replay value to main quests, but only ones done through post-launch. We know that the launch map has an Easter egg right away, so you should be able to do it in standard just fine. Will you be able to do it in Cursed, or is the Cursed version going to be locked until a future season? Or is it getting its entirely separate own main quest only done in Cursed mode? Per the direct that they made, there will be some Easter eggs only unlockable while in Cursed mode. That doesn't sound like a main quest, it sounds like just extra side quest, side Easter egg type of things, which would be fine, but it is still just unclear if the main quest for a map will be completable within Cursed mode. I have to assume and hope that they're going to just get this right and that they will be, but it should be available at the launch of the map. You should be able to get the map, beat it in standard, and then go at it in Cursed right away. You shouldn't have to wait a season or multiple seasons until that becomes playable or that it gets its own quest or whatever they're doing here. It really should be coming at launch, and I want more clarity about this because they are being very sneaky about the wording, and I don't like how they're coming across with that. Overall, I do think that Cursed is a great idea. I am waiting to see how it turns out in the end, but I have hope that this will be able to bring in those people that have been asking for a classic mode. This is damn near as good as it's going to get because it allows you to customize it to what you want. Do you want fully classic where you have nothing and you're just scraping for life the whole time? you can do that. Or do you want to have some of the newer features? Okay, I want to keep ammo boxes and maybe I want to keep gobble gums, but I don't really want a loadout gun and I want to spawn with a pistol, and I do like the old point system, so I'd like to have that too. This allows you to mix it up a little bit and give you more options. After a long day of news for this game, I have to say overall I am actually more excited for it now than I was. I was kind of just expecting it to be the same old, and in some ways it may very well be. The nice part is that they are showing that they are trying to reach out and go with community feedback to get us some things that we have been asking for. It may not be perfect, but they are working at it, and it's showing that they are listening at least in some regards, and so hopefully if we are able to keep directing them the way we want things to go, they will be able to accommodate a larger span of players. Unfortunately, there are always going to be people upset, and that is disappointing, but I have hope that something like this will open the doors for more people to be satisfied with the game, and less blind rage that some people have when it comes to people disagreeing about a zombies mode. I mean, the hatred that people get for liking this or not liking that, liking X, liking Y, not liking Z, it's crazy. People are not allowed to have opinions, apparently. It is insane. This will help. I think it will help. I hope it will help. And if not, I'll just keep playing it because I like zombies, so most likely I'm going to be playing it and enjoying it, at least to some extent, so hopefully it's good. I can't wait to play Farm in the beta. That is going to be a first. That is history in the making. With zombies coming to a Call of Duty beta for the first time, I'm excited for that, and then I'm excited for a month later to get my hands on the full launch of the game and really dive in. I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to go through everything, of course. I already said that. I'm not going to go through all of the news today. I just wanted to focus on this Cursed mode and get some thoughts out about it. Let me know what you think about Cursed. Are you looking forward to it? Do you think it's going to be the Savior Classic mode that people have been asking for? Are you excited for Black Ops 7 now? Are you looking forward to it more than you were a week or two ago? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.